Funding for Avery Talks About Stuff was made possible in part by the YouTube AdSense program and by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. Today, oh my god, we have such a classic. Since I got summoned back to the United States in the previous video, I figured I would stay home for a little while and cover some US content that is strike safe, especially since it's the week of Halloween. Can you believe it? America doesn't do many things right in my book, but they do a great Halloween. We do a good old-fashioned American Halloween is pretty great. So today I want to talk about a 1959 classic horror thriller movie starring, among other people, the legendary Vincent Price. This is The House on Haunted Hill. If you'd like to know how this movie is strike guideline approved, it is actually in the public domain. YouTube has it in their official YouTube movie catalog, free with ads. You can just, there's uploaded versions on YouTube third party. It's in the public domain because of a clerical error. I actually used clips of this movie as the horror movie that my character and Natasha's character were watching in my very first short film, The Roommate. Shameless plug, I know. But we're just gonna watch it together today. I haven't seen it since I made The Roommate. And it's just a good old-fashioned spooky mystery story. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It is worth noting that if you go on YouTube, you have a choice between the original black and white, because it came out in 1959, or a colorized version. Both are valid. We're not gatekeeping here. I am going to watch the black and white version. There's just something about black and white movies around Halloween. I don't know, there's just something about that vintage horror vibe that I love. You obviously know I love a good old-fashioned thing, but this one I'm feeling the dark and stormy night black and white movie, so that's what we're doing today. I'm just gonna get right into it. I have my coffee. It is about 7:30 in the morning as I film this. That means nothing to you, but I thought I'd share. Oh, and before we get into it, I don't exactly remember, like, every little detail of this movie, because it's been a few years, but there are, you know, it's obviously, like, there's talks of murder and I think self-murder? I'm always annoyed by the need to self-censor certain words because of YouTube, but I'm always happy to give the warnings because I would like you to know if you're not feeling it today, maybe just skip it for now. But it is an old movie. There isn't really anything that gory, I don't think. Let's just get into it. It's also not a very long movie. It's only an hour and 15 minutes, roughly. Okay, there it is. For a second, I was like, where is it? That's right, that's how it started. Apologies. Is that the same scream they just used twice? Alright, they've got a couple in the rotation there. Alright. The disembodied head. I'm forgetting all of this. I'm sorry, I'm so excited.
The ghosts are moving tonight, restless. Hungry. May I introduce myself?
Sure.
In just a minute, I'll show you the only really haunted house in the world.
So this man drops some truly terrifying facts, and then we zoom out from his little head. He says that a bunch of people have been unalived in the house, and also he's only ever spent one night there, and he almost didn't make it. So, we're starting off with great vibes.
I'm Frederick Lauren, and I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a party.
Disembodied Vincent Price head.
There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders.
What's your favorite random thing that Vincent Price cameoed in? It's either his, it's not a cameo, but his guest appearance on The Muppet Show, or there's always the classic voiceover work that he did for the Thriller music video / song. You know what I mean.
You're all invited. If any of you will spend the next 12 hours in this house, I'll give you each $10,000.
So this is really the movie that started the trope of, or I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, actually, there was this other movie. It was one of the movies that popularized the trope of like, stay one night in this haunted house and you'll win a bunch of money. That's generally the driving factor.
It was my wife's idea to have our guests come in funeral cars.
That's a terrible idea. I'm a goth bitch with the rest of them, but Jesus. So our main players are, other than Vincent Price, we have a test pilot, a gambling addicted columnist, this poor son of a bitch who's so scared, bless him, a psychiatrist whose work will no doubt be in high demand on this particular evening, and Nora.
Isn't she pretty?
I love how everybody else gets a description by way of, like, their career, and then we're literally just like, and Nora. Isn't she pretty? She is very pretty, though. I agree. I agree, Vincent Price. Every time I see, like, the trope of, like, doors opening and closing themselves, it's like, yeah, it's creepy, but also, like, I just picture this little, like, considerate ghosty who's just like, let me get the door for you. I like how they had gendered descriptions, like, to credit the men's wardrobe and the women's wardrobe artists. It's interesting. I've never noticed that before in any other old movie. I'm sure it was there, I just probably wasn't paying attention. See, the little ghost is like, welcome to my house.
It isn't a very warm welcome, is it?
Only the ghosts in this house are glad we're here.
Yeah, they're welcoming hosts and we love them. The ghosts are friendly.
Is Frederick Lauren a friend of yours?
I've heard of him, but I've never met him.
So nobody knows the elusive, wealthy host who rented this scary house from the guy who owns it but hates that he owns it, and then invited him to his own house. What a baller move.
Who closed the door?
That's the ghost host. His name is Reginald. I'm gonna start naming the ghost hosts now. I appreciate the chivalry, but she was not that close to that chandelier. I'm glad that he didn't let her get hurt, though. Vincent Price watches all of this like it's his own personal entertainment, because it is.
Annabelle.
And then he goes to see his wife.
Dust and dirt everywhere, and the water barely trickles.
That's not true. Our ghost hosts make sure to keep an immaculate home. I'm not going to let this bit go.
Your face on yet?
Whenever guys say that, I picture the woman who they're talking to in the bathroom just like, as a droid, just like taking one face off and putting another one on.
Couldn't you have had the place cleaned?
I love how she comes out just absolutely gorgeous. Hair flowing, and she's like, wow, it was so hard to get ready. Queen. They're in a pretty toxic marriage. The party apparently was her idea, but he invited all the strangers.
Make a good headline. Playboy kills wife with champagne cork.
Ah, yes, the funny joke of killing your wife.
My humor is fine, thanks. And I haven't poisoned it.
It's always good to know that.
Ah, yes, the funny joke of killing your husband. Her eyeliner is so on point.
Of all my wives, you're the least agreeable.
But still alive.
Jesus!
Would you go away for $1 million and tax-free?
Your jealousy isn't tax-free, and your possessiveness is maddening.
This is so healthy.
You remember the fun we had when you poisoned me?
Something you ate, the doctor said.
Yes.
There's a story there. I always wondered what that was like.
You'd do it again if you thought you could get away with it, wouldn't you?
This couple is like the super spooky version of Michael Scott and Jan Levinson Gould. You know what I mean? My guy pulls a knife out of the couch.
This is what she used on my brother and her sister. Hacked them to pieces.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
We found parts of the bodies all over the house.
I don't know that I could have you say... Well, this is on YouTube. So YouTube, if you take down this video, this whole movie is up in full. I'm gonna have an issue.
You can hear them at night. They whisper to each other and then cry.
The ghosts are crying? Who hurt my ghosty buddy? Not Reginald and Susie. Susie is Reginald's wife.
I advise you to call this party off now. The ghosts are already moving, and that's a bad sign.
My brother in crisis, can you put the knife down, please? I don't remember who originally said my brother in crisis, but I love it. So shout out to them. Vincent Price tells them that they're stranded out there, that there's no phone lines, no electricity.
No way to call for help.
Like a coffin.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Ghosts, etc., being only creations of hysteria.
Isn't hysteria a concept, like, heavily rooted in sexism? Like, it's just a term. I'm not saying anything, but, like, every time this guy says it, I'm like, you're not passing the vibe check.
See that stain?
I hope it's not blood.
Blood.
Oh, God. So dried blood starts dripping on this poor lady.
Who would want to haunt me?
I would say any self-respecting male ghost.
What? What does that mean, Vincent Price? I know what it means, but I did not like it.
Did a good deal of experimenting with wine.
Next on this walking tour in the house, basically every room in the house has a murder tied to it. The cellar has a story about a guy who put his wife in a vat of wine. Just like, spoiler alert, that episode of Monk, but it wasn't somebody's wife, it was that guy that was in The Fugitive for a second. If you know, you know.
How'd you get invited to this party?
Now we've got the pilot closing poor Nora into the room against her will. Don't like that. Nora says that there was a car accident in her family and now she's the only one able to have a job. So she takes care of everybody else in the house. See, Reginald and Susie don't like this guy either. Oh, we have an apparition. Oh my. That's just Susie's grandma Aggie. She's just saying hello. I like how she just runs and leaves Lance. She's like, fuck that guy. He likes to shut people in rooms, then he can get shut in a room himself. Fuck him.
You all right?
Nothing that money won't cure.
The American healthcare system be like,
I wonder why they didn't kill him.
what a normal thing to say. Also, Reginald and Susie would never. Reginald's brother Tim, maybe.
Would you like a drink, Lance?
No thanks.
I'd like one. Scotch and.
I know she said, you got that, but it sounded like she said, I'll have one, goddamn, which is a vibe. I can relate to that.
Mr. Lauren, are you really going to pay anyone who stays all night?
Certainly. $10,000.
Well, the night's still early, so what else could go wrong? Lance and Nora go back down to the cellar to investigate.
Someone or something was in here when I came in.
Somebody needs to be holding that door open. Honestly, if Tim shuts you in there, it's your own fault. Sorry. Oh, shit. Holy shit, I forgot about that. I love how she just slides out of there. Okay, so anyway, they found a hidden compartment.
Oh, Lance!
Well, Lance isn't gonna help you.
Where'd it come from?
From in here.
Don't go back in there. Don't go...
What if it ran out of here? I'd have seen it.
Lance, it doesn't run, it just floats.
Off topic, but one of my favorite songs right now is Jericho by Inigo. They're an amazing artist, and there's that one part that just made me think of where it's like, I don't swim or sink, I just float. I don't need gravity, I just need growth. Whoa. Sorry, Inigo. I could never do your song justice.
I realize this is a very unusual and I'm afraid very dull party.
Yeah, the scary old lady in the closet was totally boring.
This is your room. Depressing, isn't it?
Rich people have a very interesting view of what depressing is, apparently. That room is gorgeous. The wife's suspicious of Nora cheating with her husband. Nora's like, hey man, I'm just here for my bag. Like, it's a whole thing.
Don't go anywhere in this house by yourself.
Don't go anywhere in this house alone. Proceeds to immediately leave her alone.
No, I'm Lance Schroeder.
The pilot, you've hurt yourself.
Must not be a very good pilot. Sorry. I'm sorry. My dad's a pilot. I'm gonna send him this clip. That was for his benefit.
I wouldn't joke about anything else that happens here tonight.
Now, don't tell me you're taking all this seriously.
Yeah, I just stopped talking, Lance.
Well, I'd like to find out what hit me.
It was Susie. She was tired of your bullshit. Sorry. I've just decided to hate Lance.
Look, what's going on here anyway? I mean, what is with this party bit?
This is no party. He's planning something.
But it was your idea. I don't trust this lady at all. She claims that her husband has killed his previous wives and that she is frightened. So that is super sus. I don't like that. Do you love my hot take of killing people is bad? Does Vincent Price look like a goth person's Walt Disney to you, or is it just that it's that mustache, right? They all had that mustache and that hairline, right?
So I lie awake nights wondering why I married you.
Vincent Price is one of those actors that more often than not is playing some shady motherfucker, but his voice is like silk. I could just listen to Vincent Price's voice for the rest of my life.
It's almost midnight, Nora.
Off topic, but Nora was like my favorite name for a while when I was a little kid. I swore that if I had a daughter, I'd name her. Oh, it's a head in a box. It's a head in a box. Okay. It's a head in a box. Sorry.
Come with us. Come with us before he kills you.
What the fuck, dude? I mean, I'd at least hear him out. Who wants to kill me? Why do they want to kill me? We just go run back to the alleged murderer.
That's Jonas Slides and his wife. They've been caretakers here for years. She's blind, you know.
Oh, so the creepy old lady and the creepy old dude, they're apparently a married couple, the caretaker of the house. So how was the lady just floating out of the room? Was she like on a skateboard?
Good evening.
God, I know I can't trust this woman, but she is the moment. Look at her.
If I should die, you will be paid by my estate.
It's a joke because my wife hates me. This is a giant Are the Straights Okay meme.
If any of you decide not to stay, you must leave with the caretakers now.
I don't want to stay.
Wait.
If anybody doesn't want to stay, I don't want to stay. Shut up, Nora. You're a little lady.
It isn't midnight yet. Who told them they could leave?
They never leave before midnight.
Well, they've gone now.
Directors on the 17th hour of a movie.
You will all have to stay in this house until 8 o'clock in the morning. But we have some party favors for you in these little coffins.
Oh yeah, coffins always say party to me.
It's my wife's idea. I must say, I think it's rather dangerous. I suppose you all know how to use one of these things, but in case you don't...
I don't know what's more American, just giving out guns at a party or just assuming that everybody knows how to use them inherently. It's like, I'm American. I came out of the womb holding a Glock in each hand. Guns akimbo style, I came into this world. Vincent Price apparently is the only one who knows not to put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot.
Suppose Nora had had a gun when she mistook the blind woman for a ghost.
That lady would have been a ghost now. She would have been directly in her pre-ghost era, if that was the case.
You said your sister-in-law killed a man and a woman here and cut them up?
Now it's a party.
Would you like to see one of those heads? Would you all like to see one of those heads?
Nora brings everybody back to her room and she's like, hey, everybody want to see a head in a box? And it's gone.
Nora, I think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
The little lady's feeling emotions. Let's give her an Ambien.
Well, what do you suppose she thought she saw?
They're closing in on her.
Yeah, we've got Richard and Susie and Susie's mom Aggie and Richard's brother Tim and Tim's estranged wife Caroline and their daughter Melissa. Okay, I'm sorry. Hello? Caroline? Jesus, that's terrifying. Look, this poor guy's already stressed out to the max. He's holding a knife. Maybe don't bring the head to him.
Where's Nora?
Where is she? It's too late.
Threaten the guy with a knife. Good idea. You okay? Oh, she's not okay. I forgot about this part. Trigger warning again. There's a person dangling.
Nora?
Who is it? What are you, communicating telepathically? Oh, yeah, it's the wife. The wife is no longer with us. In an apparent self-inflicted situation.
Nora.
Hide me. Please hide me.
What's the matter?
Hide me.
I hate that everybody's making Nora feel like she's going crazy and that she's not, like, the badass that she is. She says that her host choked her and then thought she was dead, so, uh-oh.
If you have to, you use it.
Oh, boy.
I gotta go downstairs. Now you lock yourself in here and don't let anybody know you're here.
People in horror movies are always like, yes, let's split up and just lock the door. That'll keep us safe, as if it's not smarter to just stay in a group. You know? The girls in Blood and Honey knew what they were doing for like a second, and then they didn't. Alright, so Vincent Price goes in to see his lifeless wife and drag her one last time.
So greedy.
And then Anxiety Man is just creeping in the corner. I don't like how Rich Man's play is always to go for the throat, you know? Very sus.
Where's what's-her-name?
Her name is Nora.
Nora.
Thank you.
The only door to the outside is made of steel.
In that whole house, there's only one door to the outside. Vincent Price poses that his wife was murdered.
She was murdered.
Dun dun dun. I'll put in the sound effect for them.
She was murdered.
Dun dun dun.
Only you had a motive for murder.
What husband hasn't at some time wanted to kill his wife?
A normal one?
What husband hasn't had 1,000 opportunities to do it in such a way so that he'd never be suspected?
Sir?
What began as a silly party given by an eccentric has now involved us all in murder.
For once, Pritchard may be right.
I mean, this guy's a dumbass, but I think he's speaking facts right now.
And we all have guns.
Don't shoot him. Or her.
What's the use of saying goodnight?
Ah, the old Irish exit in one clip. Don't be alarmed, guy. That's just Caroline's brother, Greg. He's just checking to see if you're okay. Can someone make a family tree of the Ghost family? Thanks. Blood dripping on the same poor lady again? The fact that they're all just like, well, let's go back to our separate rooms for the night is so stupid.
You okay?
I know I'm supposed to like him, but I don't. I told you, the ghosts are very considerate. Except for Tim. Tim's a pain in the ass. Nope, don't like that. Y'all know I don't fuck around with the dark. I don't like it. Ooh, this is the clip that we use in our movie. Our short film happened to be about a girl being haunted by a girl ghost. And we had, like, lights flickering. And we filmed the whole scene before we knew what exactly we were going to put on the TV screen. And then this was, like, the first thing I found in the public domain, and I loved it. And that was the first time I saw this movie all the way through. Poor Nora. She's having a stare-off with a dead person. That's weird. Oh, the flashing lights and the jump cuts are absolutely killing me. Sorry, I just covered my mouth for, like, all of that. Sometimes I forget about the microphone. Girl, kick off your heels and run. So she's seeing the deceased woman everywhere. It's a hand! It's a hand! Move! Move! I wonder if that was just like a PA who had like the hairy glove on. It's too quiet. What's gonna happen? See, Greg just likes to play piano. His mother Martha taught him when he was 8. Me deciding to go to a party. Me seeing one person at the party.
Ready?
It's like a weird version of that Office meme where they're all pointing finger guns at each other. A very intense version of that meme. I'm stressed. Oh, she's still there. I thought she was gonna be gone.
It's almost over, darling. Every detail was perfect.
She's alive.
What's happening?
That really is 6 Emmy acting.
Has she killed him?
Not yet.
They're trying to trick Nora into killing her husband? Not my girl. So this is all a long con because the therapist or psychologist and the wife are having an affair.
What about my suicide?
But just a ghost party gag.
Yeah, you know how you liven up parties by making your guests think that you're dead.
Nora is sure Frederick murdered you. She thinks Frederick attacked her in the cellar, not me.
Oh, so the husband wasn't actually the one that was strangling Nora. It was him, but she thinks it was the husband. Okay. Gross. I can't believe she hasn't taken her heels off yet. I mean, she's probably afraid of, like, germs in that old house, but, like, I'd be taking my chances if I ran from 6 different ghosts. Oh, that was a cut. I saw that cut. I saw it, filmmakers. Vincent Price, no! Watch out!
No!
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-O. Out from the shadows. Shady bitch. They go to put him in that, like, acid wine cellar that they MacGuffined, like, an hour ago. I like how you can just see Vincent Price trying to help him.
David?
You put on a cape to go find your deceased husband? Jeez. She's shady, but she's a class act. My ghost family members do not like murderers. Oh, it's a Vincent Price skeleton. It's Seymour Skinless and he's pissed.
I have, even my life, but you're not going to live to enjoy it. Come with me, murderess.
Murderess? That's what it sounded like he called her something else and they decided to cut it out. I don't know if they did, but come with me, murderess. It's just a weird sentence. The scream. Okay, guys, I'm gonna need you to get about 3 more scream sound bites next time. And she fell in the drink. He's alive! Oh my god, what a feat of engineering that puppet is. Center for Puppetry Arts would be all over that shit. The wire continuity is killing me.
Good night, Annabelle.
Good night.
Good night, Doctor.
Oh, is the psychiatrist dead too? I think I've called him every potential mental health expert in the book. I'm not sure which he is.
I've shot Mr. Lauren. He's down in the wine cellar.
Oh, but just you wait.
It's him. He's alive.
Hi, Mr. Lawrence.
You didn't shoot anyone, my dear. I loaded your gun with blanks.
You could have let her in on that. She's gonna have trauma now.
Trent and my wife were planning to kill me. They failed.
Okay.
Trent tried to throw me in the vat. My wife stumbled and fell.
Oh, I would be running to call the police.
They're coming for me now. And then they'll come for you.
Me? What did I do? And then our ghost hosts see us out, and that's the end. Such a camp classic. I hope you've enjoyed watching this film with me. Thank you for being here. I really do like this one as just an old-timey classic, and I've wanted to cover it for a while, so here we are. This video is probably long enough, so I will leave you here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. We are just under 9,200 subscribers right now as of recording this video. I think we might hit 10,000 by the end of this year. I can't believe that. Thank you guys. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around. I post nonsense all the time. If you would like to enable my nonsense, consider becoming a member and gaining extra perks. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye. Oh, we just hit 9,200. Thank you guys.